Hi everyone and welcome back for another video. Today I'm doing a whole new takeover for someone else in my clan. This is Corey's account and he has asked me to build him a Fire Knight 10 team. Now I know that is for the Marius missions. It's one of the hardest missions. His Fire Knight 10 requirements can be a little bit tricky, but we do have a couple of ally attackers. We've got Newt. We've also got Creodan and Neldor. And I think we're going to go with Ruella as the kind of final champion. So before I do that, I need to really do quite a big cleanse of gear because there's loads on the account, not much of it is rolled up. And I'd ideally like to make this team without tucking into anyone else's gear sets. So I think I'm just going to start from the top and we'll work our way down. I'll try and quick fire it. I'll try and throw in a few bits of information about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what to keep, what to bin. So right off the bat, I can see that Corey doesn't keep hold of any 5-star gear. And I would say for the most part, that's a good standard to have. But you know, some of my best built champs do have 5-star legendary bits of gear on them. Not much, but just because it's 5-star doesn't mean it's bad. Obviously a 6 would be better. A little rule that I've started using on my account is when it comes to these top 3 pieces, I do not keep anything 5-star unless it's maybe like Merciless or one of the variable sets. I think those kind of conform to a different set of rules. But where it concerns the bottom 3, I'm not ashamed to keep a 5-star because especially if it gets me like a 4 set or a 6 set bonus. And also don't be afraid of, with these bottom 3, keeping rare items. I know they're not going to give you quite the stat boost that epics, legendaries and mythicals do, but again, some of my best champs are built, maybe 1 or 2 bits of gear on them do actually have a couple of level 6 blue bits. But anyway, that aside, let's just do a quick fire and some rules. So life set. Overall, I'd say don't keep it, but as I say with every gear cleanse, a good bit of gear is a good bit of gear. Now, we're not going to be rolling today because A, there's no tournament on, and I mean, we got a bit of silver, we can make some silver. This is more just going to be a deleting session, not a rolling session. There's a gear enhancement coming up soon, next few days, so we'll do it then. But what I would now say with Raid in 2025, it's kind of all about speed. People are building their nukers now at close to 300 speed. That is unheard of compared to a couple of years ago. And I would argue that you probably could consider deleting gear that just doesn't have speed on it at all. I would have said that for the speed set kind of obviously. But with almost everything now, if it hasn't got speed, there's kind of no point in keeping it. And it's almost getting to a point with stuff on my account. If it hasn't got like a triple speed, I'm hesitant to keep it as well. So I'm just going to click through these because we're not rolling. If it doesn't have speed, it's probably going to go. Unless it's got a combination of other really good stats, like maybe for something DPS, if it's got crit rate, crit damage and maybe attack percent, then we'll probably keep it. But anyway, let us go. Speed, resistance, good defensive stats, keep. Speed, HP, resistance, good defensive stats, keep. Double speed, good. Crit rate and speed, good. Speed, HP, resistance, again, good. Offense set, obviously we want to be slightly looking into DPS. Attack, crit rate, speed, great. Crit rate, speed, attack, great. Speed, crit damage. The shield is not... No, I would have liked to have seen crit rate on that. We can be fussy with these old sets. So obviously defense set, we want defense percent if we can get it. But yeah, defense, speed, resistance on an HP chair, that's great. Resistance with speed and defense, also great. Speed. These aren't very good. The stats here, HP, attack, and defense all on one is no good. With accuracy, no good. That is going to get sold. Now on to the easiest set to cleanse. Speed. If it ain't got speed, it's going in the bin. Unless there's a triple. I would argue that keeping triples is a thing. So here, there's no speed. No speed. The stats, it's not that the stats are bad, it's just that the top 3 stats are very defensive, but we've got a double into something very offensive. There's a reason I'm going to keep this, and this is when I'm going to look at something like Phantom Shogun, where I'm going to want someone that's very high crit damage, but not doing anything else. So it's probably the one occasion I can think of where you want insane crit damage, but also survivability. It's kind of a maybe, but it will probably end up in the bin. That's not a bad bit of gear as a fill-in DPS. I'll keep that in case we roll it. Speed and crit rate would be nice. That's a sell. That's a sell. That's a sell. I'm not going to delete single speed rolls on this pass, but maybe once we've got this gear down and we can start tuning, we might look into, with the speed set in particular, if it hasn't got a double speed, bin it. But I won't bin unnecessarily for now. No actual rolls into speed, so that's no good. Double crit rate, speed is alright. Triple HP, good. Double HP crit, don't know. Also not very good. No. I'm only really using speed for speed. So you know, if it hasn't got speed on it, it's going in the bin. I'm not going to delete the mythicals because technically that's a triple HP there. Double flat attack, double accuracy, no good. Single speed, that's okay. That bit of gear here is better than this bit of gear. Double crit rate, it's not really what we want speed for. No speed. This is good. This is no good. Nope. Keep the speed. Keep the speed. Keep the speed. That bit was better than this. Triple speed, triple HP, good. No roll into speed. No speed. I do think that the speed set is the easiest to cleanse. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. These two bits have both got speed, that's fine. That goes in the bin, that goes in the bin. Bin, 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 bin. I'm always going to be a little bit more harsh when it comes to what I keep when it comes to the bottom 3 rows. But on a speed set, HP with no speed, but also attacky stats is no good. Crit rate, nah, see, it's the triple flat defense, it's just not good enough. I will keep crit damage on the off chance we need it, like I say, for that Shogun style set. That's not so good, that bit. We'll keep that. Keep that. That's good. Defense percent with attack and crit damage is no good. Defense with attack, mainly attack, that's no good. On accuracy chests, you know, they're going on debuffers. You want debuffers going fast. Keep for now, but it's a maybe. Attack percent with double defense percent, no good. Same here, defense with attack and crit rate. Resistance with a triple crit rate. Normally I'd keep triples, but resistance and crit rate do not go together. I will keep this because it would be nice if we could roll that into a triple crit rate. Right, onto the boots. I like attack percent boots. You've got to look at them as like slightly end game kind of builds, and I only keep boots that aren't speed if they've got speed in the substat, because you can obviously empower or ascend the gear to have 12 speed. So you kind of ideally want a double speed in here, and then you're almost at 45 speed plus your main bulk, but that's not for this. Keep that in case we can hit a double speed there. Same with that. If that double speeded, that would be all right. And we'll keep that one as well. So, you know, the great thing about this is all just silver that's sat on your account. Right, on to crit rate. I mean, the great thing about these earlier sets is it tells you what you need. I want speed and I want crit rate. Speed, crit rate, good. Speed and attack and HP, not so good. But we'll keep it for now in case we hit a triple. No good there. That's a good bit of gear. Could be useful for something else. Probably not a DPS set, but it's good. Speed, HP resistant. I pretty much keep anything that's speed, HP resistant. No speed. That's good. Crit rate and speed. That's what we like. Defense percent gloves. My favorite substats. Resistance, HP, speed. Keep that for now in case it rolls higher. Good. Accuracy chest with crit rate and speed. Perfect. That's good. Speedy boots with lots of HP. Defense boots. Shame about the attack, but on the off chance we tripled a speed there, they'd be really good. I did actually have a little quick flick through this yesterday, so that these earlier sets I have kind of already had a run through. I think once we get down to like resistance, I haven't started yet. No speed. Crit rate good, but no speed. Double speed good. Double speed good. Speed. 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 The reason that my favorite gear sets have like stats like these, preferably with HP percentage, is when you're building teams, more often than not, only one person is doing damage, and that person might be benefiting from having things like attack and crit rate. But in most, at least dungeons, you know, you blow up the ice golem with HP burns, don't need attack for that. You blow up the dragon with poisons, don't need attack for that. Even Fire Knight, you're more controlling him and enemy max HPing him with someone like Newt, don't need attack for that. And what's the other one? Spider is usually also a combination of burning and activating, don't need attack for that. So I would actually argue that DPS set gear is the least beneficial to have on your account. Obviously, you need good DPS gear for your DPS champs, but more often than not, you're going to get more benefit out of speed HP resistance on someone than you are, you know, excess attack. So that's why I like to keep them. Crit rate, attack speed, good. Speed crit damage is okay. I would have liked to have seen crit rate, but hey ho. Speed crit damage, it's alright. Speed, crit rate, double defense, it's okay. Crit rate, good. Hopefully we get some rolls. Crit rate, speed, good. Crit rate, speed, good. Again, speed, resistance, accuracy, not so great. We're going to get rid of that. Speed, resistance, HP, or death would have been good. Unfortunately, that's no good. Again, resistance chest, you're going on someone that wants to be resisting debuffs and probably putting out buffs on your team, like a Duchess or, you know, someone support-based. They're probably not going to need crit damage and accuracy. Defense with resistance, speed, good. Again, resistance, speed, and defense we'll hope for. Defense boots, normally I would sell, but if we could get if you get quad speed on those, that might end up being one of the best boots on your account. On to accuracy, you know, what do we want? Speed, accuracy. Double speed, good. Keep it for the speed on the off chance we get triple. Accuracy, speed, good. Triple defense, I'll keep it for that reason. I mean, technically it's a quad defense. That's good. Double speed, double accuracy, really good. Already a roll into crit rate. The rest of it's not great, but you never know. If you quadded that, that's a whole lot of crit rate. Double speed, good. No speed. Keep. Nope. Good. No, I'm being really particular on this because at the end of the day, we want a Fire Knight team. We're not having a champ in that team, ideally going anything slower than like 240 speed. And the only way you're going to get that is if you start building your champs with items that have double speed rolls on them. Also, we're going to delve into Hydra. And for that, we're going to be, we want to be looking at really stacking HP, resistance, and masses of speed, accuracy, stuff like that. Keep that for now in case it keeps rolling. Yeah, so a pair of boots like this, for example, you've got 60% defense, which is massive. You've now got 22 speed. Let's just say you glyph that with a +8. You're at 30 speed. You empower it or ascend it. You're at 42 speed. You've practically now got a pair of 6-star speed boots with 60% defense on them. They can be really powerful. And the same applies to HP and attack. Good, we're just keeping them because of the speed. Right. Onto resistance. It's a set that kind of nobody uses. However, a good bit of gear is a good bit of gear. We can be really militant with this because we're not really going to ever use it. But triples and quads are good. That's why I will maybe I'll keep some legendaries that have got speed on. Double speed, good. Single, no good. Double speed. Single. That can go. We'll keep those. I should have checked how much silver we had at the beginning of this. I did look, but I've already forgotten. I want to say it was about 6 mil, so hopefully this will get loads. Right, back onto lifesteal. Again, there isn't a single champ I would build in lifesteal, but like I always say, if you've got a nice legendary or mythical that's got a good triple roll and something on it, we are going to keep it. So once again, I am going to focus really important stats. So if we've got speed, obviously that's always going to be number one. Going to look for things like crit rate and just anything that's good. So for this one, we're going to completely ignore what the set does because we're probably never going to use it. Resistance and speed is what I'd be looking for here because obviously we've got one there. You never know. Triple HP, that's okay. Double speed, no speed. That's good. That's like, if that was on a Savage set, that would be an absolute S tier bit of gear. I would straight up roll it to 16 because I'd be happy whatever it came out as. That's okay. I'm going to be more brutal here. I'm only really going to try and keep the legendaries. I mean, while speed and attack is good, speed and HP is good, the attack is kind of useless. That's better, especially if we're looking for something offset DPS. We will keep that. Got speed. No speed, but it's a good bit of gear. No good. That could, again, this is like the best combination of stats if you're looking to build an attack-based DPS. We keep it. HP, speed, and resistance could go on someone else. That's defense plus attack. No, we can be brutal with that. No good. Triple HP, good. It looks like, for the most part, the gear that you've rolled up, you're rolling up all the right stuff. I'm not deleting much of these 16s. Just going through and keeping that stuff with speed. No good there. Double resistance with crit damage and accuracy is no good. Double speed, good. Double speed, good. Speed, crit rate, worth keeping. HP gloves, always love to see it, but with attack, no good. Crit damage, gloves, I'm always... So if it's not a savage set, lethal, if it's not a DPS set, and I pull crit damage gloves for either like lifesteal or, you know, resistance, accuracy, I will only keep them if they've got speed and crit rate on them. Because otherwise you're going to end up with a whole bunch of crit damage gloves that you're never really going to use. And again, the silver is more beneficial than gear you're not using. When it comes to attack percent gloves, now the only champ you're ever going to want to put those on are going to be bomb champions. You want bomb champions going fast and you want them to land their bombs. So if you see attack percent gloves, only keep them if they've got speed and accuracy on them. I would say that's a pretty by and large rule that you could apply to any set. Attack percent gloves, speed or speed and accuracy, or bin. Back here with the crit damage gloves, there's no crit rate on them, no good. Attack percent chest with nothing beneficial. Sadly, it always sucks to delete a mythical, but if it's no good, it's no good. I would have liked to have seen speed on this, but on the off chance we could... No, in fact, no, there's nothing on there that's good. Same here, HP chest is great, these three stats are great, but none of it goes together. Attack percent chest with speed. You just need crit damage, crit rate on there and it'll be perfect. HP chest with no speed. Attack chest with no crit rate, crit damage, you know. Anything accuracy, I'm going to want speed on it. HP boots, nice, but no speed. See, these are worth keeping compared to those. They could be really good. Attack percent boots. Again, I want to see crit rate and speed. Like that. If that was attack, that'd be great. HP boots with speed. We're keeping the speed just in case. Defense with speed. Defense, no speed. Alright, on today's set. Again, it's a set that you'll never use, but again, if it's good, it's good. We've got potential speed, crit rate there, that's good. That's not so good. Nope. Yeah, those stats don't really align. We'll keep that. I mean, speed is good, but again, we want the legendaries for gear that we're never going to use. Like here, that's good. Double speed, that could be good. No. Mythical gloves, crit rate. Just in case we get some speed rolls, we'll keep it, but those are going to go in the bin. Here you go. Attack percent gloves with speed and accuracy. Perfect. I probably won't delete any speed boots regardless of the stats because they're so handy. Right, on to Cursed. I think arguably one of the most important sets in the game. You're only really going to use it in Hydra, and you're going to use it on champs that obviously you want, ideally on AoE champs. Now, when we do one of your Hydra teams, I am going to build up one of the most, what I think is the most criminally underrated champ in the game, and that is Vizix. Pretty much everything she does is AoE. She already puts out like decreased speed. She'll do your provoke. I can't remember if she does an ally protection or not, but she does at least 3 things. So if we bang her in Hex, she's also going to be doing Hex. So all of a sudden Vizix can come very powerful. She's a bit like a mini Krisk. And I actually have Krisk in Curse set. What are we going to want? It's going to be Hydra. We're going to want speed. We're probably really going to want resistance because you can have the best gear in the world for Hydra, but the second it starts stealing your buffs, it's game over. So for a cursed set, I'm probably going to keep as much as I can because we don't have a lot, but we want speed. Crit rate would be good because in Hydra you get your team and then you fine tune it for damage. Speed, crit rate, and then something defensive like resistance, HP or defense. This is good. I actually really cheekily, I bought this from the market yesterday when I logged in. I saw it and I thought, this is kind of perfect. This would be what I would put Vizix in. She will benefit from every one of those. But don't worry, it didn't cost you that much silver. I made it up by selling some stuff. Crit rate, speed, resistance, that's really good. There's no speed. And the stats kind of suck. I really don't want to delete this, but there's nothing on there that's going to be beneficial for anyone. Accuracy, defense, speed, good. We are going to have to delete it if it doesn't have speed. Yeah, so that one's going to go. You only for now actually need one champion in cursed set, but maybe look into, do Ice Golem for this and Reflex set. But as you have maybe 3 Hydra teams, as you move into that sort of level, to have someone in cursed on each team wouldn't hurt. We'll prioritize yours so that we do Vizix first, and she can have the best cursed gear, and then and that'll be for like a brutal team. If we then do you like a hard or a normal team, they can just have like off gear. So yeah, recommendation: farm a little bit more for cursed. It's very niche, and you only need to use it once, but it's very good. Frost actually still is quite a criminally underrated set. But hold on, what's a Frost here? But when you consider in the Forge, you've got Frostbite as a 2-piece set, I would argue this is better. It's a little bit arena niche, but I've been caught out by it a few times. I've hit a team that doesn't do freeze, and half my champions have ended up frozen, and I've lost the fight. So it's a little bit niche, but it is good. What I've got no real rule of what to keep here, so I'm just going to stick to, is it a good bit of gear, and it's going to have speed on it. Potentially this, because again, if you've got like a quad crit rate, I probably won't even keep the epics either. That's good, it's got speed. No speed. I'll keep one shield, because obviously you want to make sure that you can build a set if you need. Maybe let's keep that one, it's already rolled. Onto the gloves. There's no good complementary stats. Attack with speed and HP, very good. Defense with attacky stats. Crit damage, again, we'll keep it because we got the speed. Crit damage with speed, keep that as well. See, I'm also going to keep these. Crit damage gloves with crit rate on them. Defense with no speed. Resistance with speed, but also crit rate, no good. Accuracy with no speed. Attack boots, speed good, but no crit rate. Boom. Keep them for now. Cool, and obviously every time this is lots of silver that's going to stack back up. Onto Frenzy. You've only got 2 bits of gear on here. One's a triple crit rate. I'll keep it because you've put a lot of resource into it, but this isn't really a very good bit of gear. Onto Regen, arguably again one of the more niche but most important sets that you can get. If you ever want a solo content, it's all about Regen. I've got to a point on my account now where I think almost every one of my dungeon teams except for Spider. Is that right? No, it's not right. Dragon, I beat with Poison Explosion, and I do that with Theodore, he's in Regen. In Ice Golem, I use Artak and Sulfurion, they're both in Regen set. So think solo champions. You're going to want high HP, because obviously it heals based on their HP, and you're going to want high speed and probably high defense. So you're looking at tanky, fast tanky stuff. So if it's got speed on it, that's very good. Triple resistance could be good. Anything defense. This is not going to be any good. We'll keep it for the speed, but the stats don't really keeping it for the speed, but that's not so good. That's not very good. Double speed, good. No speed. Resistance, HP, speed. That'll do. No speed. No speed. Triple, I'll keep it. Double speed, good. No, we've got better shields, so there's no point. Speed, HP, good. Speed, resistance, good. Very good. HP gloves in regen set with speed. Shame about the other stats, but we would take it if we got quite high speed rolls. You won't ever really need a regeneration crit damage glove. Because you're low on gloves, what's this? Yes, you got 2 of them. We'll keep these because they've got speed on them, but they're not quite right. HP chest with speed, good. Accuracy with crit rate speed, good. Yeah, also I would recommend, and this will come with farming Fire Knight 10, you need to up your regen gear because that will be very helpful just with other content. I'm only going to go down to shield on this. I'm going to do the rest off camera because otherwise this is going to end up being a incredibly long video. Immunity. I kind of keep a set of immunity, but I only keep triples and quads, and I don't keep epics. And I'm probably going to do the same here because you're never going to use it. This is a good chest. That's good. We'll keep good gear. Not very good. So, all right, lastly, we'll do shield. And then I'm going to jump into trying to build a Fire Knight team. Again, with shield, you're creating a shield based off of the HP of the wearer, so you're going to want to stack HP and probably speed. Not very good. That'll do. No speed. Attack with defense and speed, no good. Accuracy with no speed. Cool. We'll call it there for now. Obviously, off camera, I will go through. There's a lot of gear to get rid of. Now we made it down to Relentless. It's like maybe a quarter of the way through. We will do one more for luck because why not? I'm not going to delete today any Relentless until we're rolling because obviously you don't get this stuff very often. I'm not just going to delete it because it doesn't have a certain stat. I think it's worth giving it the time of rolling everything up to 8 and then seeing where we go from there. Let's just do Savage as the final one. So, what's Savage? It's a DPS set. That doesn't mean you can't use a random piece for something else. But overall, we are looking for crit rate, speed, crit damage, and then a kind of a main stat. So obviously like attack, HP, or defense. I'm going to try not to be too, I nearly said savage, too brutal with cleansing this. But you have got enough to make some good sets. Let's see. Crit rate, speed, accuracy, that's not bad. Accuracy, crit damage, attack. See, this bit of gear is better. We like the speed, crit rate, crit damage. Speed, crit rate, crit damage, good. Crit rate, speed, that's all right. That's good. Be nice to see speed on it, but nothing wrong with that. See, bits of gear like this are tricky. Yes, it's got a single roll into speed, hasn't got anything into crit rate, and then you're stuck with accuracy resistance. We are going to get rid of that. Double speed, good. Yeah, that's okay. Right, that's the weapons done. Onto the head, helmet. Crit rate, speed. Could be good. No. See, I will then keep a piece of gear like this, not because it will ever make for a good Savage bit of gear, but HP, speed, resistance could, you know, I could go on like a Duchess or someone, so you never know. Double accuracy with single speed, no. That's better. Double crit damage. Speed, attack, crit rate, good. Keep that in case we get high crit rate. Is the shields down? Sorry, the helm's down, not the shields. Right, that one's good. It's not really working stats-wise, that one. Double speed, I'll keep it. Like I was saying with those like offset bits of gear, that's not bad. It will never go on a DPS champ, but you never know. I'm going to need to keep something in here so to not starve him of sets. And I've just chosen to keep the ones with crit rate. Onto the gloves. HP gloves. Again, we're probably never... The only gloves that are going to go on a DPS champion that's wearing a DPS set like Savage is crit damage. So we're straight into offset territory here. And that the double flat attack roll is kind of no good. These are good. Crit damage gloves with crit rate and attack or defense, you know, depends what way it rolls. Hopefully not both. And yeah, herein lies the problem with a lot of these bottom rows of gears. You can get great top rolls and just not very matching bottom rolls. Yeah, so those are better because they've got a double speed. Also no good. Also, Corey, sorry if you're watching this and just screaming at the computer, but I think you do have to hold your gear to a really high standard if you want, if you kind of want that progression into the late game. And I always say silver is more valuable than bags full of gear. No speed on that. Hold on. No, there's no crit rate either. I will keep this even though the stats don't match on the off chance you got a triple or a quad crit rate. Resistance, chest with accuracy, empowered. Yeah, I know you've put loads of time into this and resource, but it just doesn't go on anyone. Accuracy with speed, it's all right. We'll keep that in case you get crit rate. Nothing good on there. Nothing good on there. On there. And you know, this is, as you'll see, the bottom three rows of gear are they're tricky. There's so much more potential to get bad results. Keep that on the off chance we get many speeds. Same with that. No point in keeping those. Keep the speed boots. Attack boots we'll keep in Savage for now, regardless of these stats. But what we would have liked to have seen is not defense, is speed. So that's the final. That's where I'm going to stop for today. I'm literally just going to keep continuing the same method and set of rules all the way down. You know, my first rule with any gear cleanse is rule number 1: what is the set? Then the second question is, who's it going to go on? And then that will determine what I actually look for in the set. Most of the time, luckily, the proof is in the description. Accuracy set, obviously you want accuracy. Same applies to divine speed. You want speed. Fatal with attack and crit rate. Obviously you're going to be stacking up attack and crit rate. So it's usually all written out there for you. The exception is obviously the variable sets. I am in the process of putting together a video about all the variable sets, and if there's any rules about, is there a way of actually cleansing them following one rule? I think the answer is no, but I will eventually put that together and release it. So for now, that is the gear cleanse part 1. I'm going to do the rest off camera, and then I'm going to come back shortly and do a Fire Knight video for the Hard 10 team. So thank you for watching. Sorry, gear cleansing is miserable. It's a lot of talking. It's not a lot of fun, but hopefully you found something helpful in there. For anyone else watching, if you've got any questions, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Thank you.